Nice move there from Jessica Shepard as Clark drops a dime in the lap of Hines Allen. Clark looking into Boston. What a feed, and Boston lays it in.
Over-helping, and then Dallas making the appropriate pass out of it. Why they had 16 assists.
Cunningham off to Clark. Right wing three is good. There's the first three of 2026.
For Caitlin Clark. Starts off the third quarter with...
Here's Hines Allen getting it and going. Hand off Mitchell. Mitchell into the lane. Can't pop it in. Boston flings it out. Clark a deep three. You bet! Talks about what a smart cutter she is. How great she is off the ball. Clark behind the back. Oh my! A nifty dime.
Caitlin, as she's dribbling into the paint, has players cutting off of her. Hines Allen just knows that she's going to be there when she draws the big as...
Boston with 14. She's 5 of 7 from the floor. Smith, no. Clark the rebound, pushing pace for Indiana. Clark trying to go all the way in, reverses it home. Wants the screen from Boston. Clark bounces. Boston on the roll, lays it in. That two-man action is just so dynamic. Mitchell using the screen. Clark evades. 3 seconds. Clark the spin and the lay. Looking healthy on that finish. Big time finish from Clark. This presentation of the WNBA will continue after these messages and a word. Clark with haste through the lane will lay it in.
And they talk about wanting to be more aggressively at the point of attack, and that's exactly what LA does.
And welcome back to Los Angeles, Caitlin Clark.
When they get the rebound, she gets down court calling for the ball.
Clark finding Cunningham on the back cut because, as you mentioned, all that attention on Caitlin Clark in that close defeat to Dallas on Saturday. Great inbounds play to Harris. Down to 9 with 2:09 to go here in LA. Clark pass break. Caitlin Clark showing off the speed. She was mentioning she's just got back.
Billings, another offensive rebound. She's been really active. Clark backing up and dropping a three. Putting on the moves. Amor sticks with her. Clark. Bullseye!
Got it. This one here might have been a bit of a heat check as it was pressured, but that's a
Weaver with the ball here, down by 4. Mitchell back into the game. 14 points here tonight. Clark off the screen. Inside, Hines Allen for 2. We have not seen Aaliyah Boston here in a little bit. Clark thought about the 3. Circles around, fires away, and hits! Clark, oh, beautiful find! Mitchell finishes! The no-look pass and the no-look shot. And this young Washington group has answered right back. Hines Allen on a handoff to Clark. Oh, yeah! Will it be Mitchell? Will it be Clark? Cunningham looking. First it's Hines Allen. Handoff Clark for the tie. Yes! Caitlin Clark has tied the game with under 2 seconds left to play. 22 has done it again. Making here from Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark sends us to overtime because Sonia Citron's
sneak in there every time.
Clark shot fakes the 3, drives on McMahon, just blows by her in a pretty reverse.
Shout out to whoever was in the film room and said, hey, there should be 2 more assists there.
Oh, good cut and 5. Clark to Billings for the deuce. Couldn't get that little runner to go. Bounces off the back of the heel. Clark from just inside the logo. Take another look at that one.
Oh, man. Caitlin Clark just pulling up from one of her favorites.
I think at this point in the season, this is the 4th game of a 44-game season. It is an abundance of caution. We want to be playing at the end as Clark hits the bucket and draws the foul. Clark, shot clock winding down, finding Hull on the cuts, and Lexi Hull floats it up and in. And that's the chemistry after the Fever took the first 32-19. Shot clock at 4. At 3, Clark, nicely done to Mitchell.
Threading the needle on that pass.
Yeah, out of South Carolina. Clark, jump stop, and the finish. 21, 10, and 7 tonight for Caitlin Clark.
4 points in Indiana's 20-point win over Portland.
Caitlin Clark naturally changes the space on the floor, Pat. You have to come with a long closeout.
She started Charles 0 for 3 from the floor. Clark launches and hits!
Pure joy in the arena and forces a quick timeout. 7-zip, the Fever.
Here is Clark. Was slow to get back into the play. Clark whip inside. Hits Boston right on the money.
Really good ATO by Natalie Nakasa. They get Tiffany Hayes going left with her left hand.
Clark just spins away from Hayes. Hayes fires and hits.
What a tough two. Teammates, South Carolina.
Clark fire away and hits a 3. Lexi Hull doing it all on that defensive possession. Clark, oh, from another stratosphere.
A little chatter too goes a long way from the logo back to defense. From the logo. This is how you bring the roof down. All tied up here with 5:14 to go. That takes some time off the shot clock.
He's on Clark. This matchup starting to heat up. Clark on the drive, draws the foul, banks it home, and 1 for Caitlin Clark. Clark, oh, beautiful find, inside for Cunningham, and 1, set up by Clark. Cunningham, hand off Johnson, into a triple team, out to Clark, 3 more!
What started it for her was putting her head down and getting into the paint and creating some help somewhere and then kicking it.
Here's Johnson to Clark. Fires for 3. It's her first one of the night. Clark goes down. No call. They force another turnover. Clark, the quick pass, whips it right to Cunningham. 500 career assists for Caitlin Clark. The fastest to do it in WNBA history.
Isolation in the middle of the floor, just uses some elevation and athleticism to get that up.
Right now, Gabby Williams on Caitlin Clark and Burton was on Mitchell.
There's Clark already working off ball, gets the pass from Hull. Enksler will defend her, the slip to Boston, the finish at the cup. Boston, the handoff to Clark. Clark corralled by 2. Clark, another jumper off the heel, tapped alive by Boston. Clark in the paint. Retrieves the dribble. Mitchell, what a cut, what a delivery from Clark. Hard to believe Indiana still does not have a made 3. Boston doesn't get any easier than that catch and finish.
Get you caught between the switch and not switching, and that gives you that poor angle a lot of times on the closeouts to get to the basket.
Clark, the step back, good. First field goal.
For the Dream, and then, yeah, Hillman has to be an offensive threat when she catches it off a double team.
Clark off 1 foot.
And that's a tough shot.
Oh, sidestep, Clark. Sick! Crowd coming alive at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Reese attacking, blocked by Boston.
Here, the step back going left. Her favorite.
3-second difference, shot and game clock. Pow on an island with Clark. Pow. Cross. Pow, nowhere to go. Suffocating defense from Indiana. Single-digit ball game. A lot of time left in this one. Clark going at Howard. Clark with 2 more.
Bit of a rock fight the last couple of possessions. This game tries to pick up some flow. Clark on the catch, shakes Astier, step back, Clark for 3. She rattles it home. Clark over to Boston, her 3 to beat the clock, no good. Hull bats it free for Indiana. Clark, contested 3. She's able to knock it down.
Amore now goes inside. All right, this is what Indiana wants to do. Get out in transition. See what they've got. Clark from deep. She wanted that. Clark navigating. Step back. It's good. She hears the crowd too. And just as you start to get momentum, can't string it together. Clark just 2 open and 1. Caitlin getting it right back. Turns the corner. Home run. Mitchell comes off the screens, but so does Clark. Up and in! But not for Caitlin.
93% from the free throw line, and then the three-pointer, it's just smooth as silk.
Clark has deflected. Boston got it back. Clark, long range. Yes! Clark pushing the tempo for Indiana. Clark fading away. Got the roll. Mitchell. Hines Allen over to Clark. Clark on the baseline under the hoop. Puts it in. Clark. Oh, spinning to the rim.
And this is going to be the balance for the Sun team, because you look at the pieces, they have very good defenders, and they're going to want to do their best to create some turnovers here.
Clark, quickly, you can count it.
You saw through the unrivaled season, and now it's a huge part of what Indiana can bring offensively.
Clark likes to shoot going left and does. Here. Clark has Lacan on her. That's been the matchup so far. Fading, scoring. The versatility in her game.
That chops up the game a little bit more with the fast pace and transition looks that the Fever want to get.
Clark, long range, got it!
Caitlin Clark is cold. Coming to her left once again. Smooth.
Here's Clark behind the back on Alman as she's going to get that to fall over the front of the rim. Clark, low cross, behind the back, no look. Timpson with the finish.
Up and down game right here. Nice behind the back. J.K. Timpson, they like to get up and down, but when they are able to set into their half-court offense, they can get some good looks.
In-out dribble from Clark for the lay-in. Update on Alman, it is a headache. So we wish her well as Sykes as Clark got that layup to go. Season high 13 assists for Caitlin Clark tonight. Here's Clark from 3. She's been trying to get that one all night.
5 points in 5 minutes. Caitlin Clark looking for it against Pow Pow. Spins off of her, goes glass. She's attacking the paint. And for the Fever. It's been close most of the way. 10 different lead changes, 7 ties. Clark steps it back from mid-range this time.
That's a tough bucket. Yeah, they've been able to extend the lead with their bench in the game. And Kone came in early and kind of started that trend when Naz Hillman got into foul trouble.
Caitlin Clark, second three-pointer. She's up to 16 points tonight. Angel Reese, a 12-6 game here so far. Doing a good job. She hasn't picked up that 5th personal foul. Had 4 of them in the first half. Caitlin Clark, the reverse.
Here's Clark. Clark sidestepping 3 is good. Right over Reese.
That she can go for 35 points, but also when the defense is loading up on her, she's willing to pass.
Clark takes the 3 on the drive, able to lay it in. Gorgeous take from Caitlin Clark through the body. One of 3 players averaging a double-double. Clark launches and connects. She's on a first-quarter burner. As we honor this league, for more on these games, go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Clark on the drive, skates free to lay it in.
Certainly better spacing on the floor.
Clark drives in, reverses it home, plus the foul. And a chance for 3. Clark draws Hillman, backs away, shakes, drives, and lays it in.
She's able to hold her ground. Angel Reese can push a lot of different players in the league under the rim.
Clark separates, step back, and buries it. 8 of 10 from the floor. Howard turns the corner, can't scoop it in. Boston the rebound. Here comes Clark. Clark getting downhill in a blur will lay it in. 21 points for Caitlin Clark.
She's had an incredible start to the season in terms of her own numbers, career highs in so many things.
Clark, even with the Yayi outstretched, able to knock that down. Clark again, exact same result.
Range jumper for Caitlin Clark, and in transition with the feet.
Clark working on Beauchamp, turns, fires. Clark, sidestep 3, fading, hits! All she needs. Clark, early in the bag, step back 3, connects again! Boston working the PG spot for a little bit. Clark off the screen, handoff, and connects.
2 for 11 was Ray Burrell in Monday's really disappointing loss for the Sparks to the Storm. Caitlin Clark with her first 3-point make tonight. Clark was the last game managing that back to go.
Michaela Timpson showing her athleticism. She just jumped in there, grabbed the ball like it was nothing.
Clark wanted the whistle, gets the bucket. The fans wanted it too. Clark stops, pops, does not go, gets a rebound. Spin pass to Boston in the corner. That one connects.
Clark gets a beautiful behind-the-back pass. Boston, a dynamic score from behind the arc, and you can see the bench loving every second of that.
I'm sure a team would give you a vet minimum. Here's Clark. Hits from distance.
That's a great lane line drive.
Clark behind the backside, step and knocks down a 3. Got a feeling, Pat. Just have a feeling. On defensive fouls from here, a real opportunity for Indiana. Clark with 15 points here on the Knights. Oh, she's feeling it!
Heidemann showing good patience.
Clark on the drive, and Clark gets to the rim. We have had entire games in the WNBA without this much scoring. Clark answers! It's a good old-fashioned shootout here in Indy. Oh, Clark, pretty crossover, and one. Clark steps back. Oh, a difficult shot. That gives her a season-high 33. Clark drives on Melvin. Melvin sticks right with her. Shot clock down to 10. Clark spinning. And Clark gets the roll.
Watch the ball when the game is on the line. Again, the poise and composure experience of Heidemann.
Clark, a triple! Indiana trying to get Clark the ball, and they turn it over. Johnson with a steal. Johnson had it wrenched away. Clark knocked it off of Johnson. It's Fever basketball.
Under 10.
Clark fires.